Welcome after this break. We're talking to the Tigerstyle about their views on the scene, on the music. Lads, okay, what do you love about India? You know, when you go back to India, what's the contrast between Glasgow and where do you mainly go? Do you go to Punjab or do you go to Bombay? Or?
We go to Punjab.
Yeah.
And I just love the fresh roti. I just love the freshness of the food.
Right.
You know, कि सब्जी दा स्वाद बहुत होता उथे रोटी दा फर्क या. You know, कि they're making roti with atta that's just come from the chakki, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And just the vibe there is so different.
It's a relaxed atmosphere. I think where we live or where we stay when we go there.
Yeah. What's your pind?
Our pind is actually Kotli.
Kotli, okay.
Near Demeli.
Oh, right, okay.
But we don't...
What Jilla does that fall under then?
I think it's...
Does it come under Jalandhar?
Jalandhar.
It is Jalandhar, isn't it? Yeah. Kotli, because my was from Kotli.
Okay.
So, hey, yeah, right, okay, carry on.
But, yeah, so I mean, we don't actually have any direct Sukhi relations there because my dad's family and my mom's family all came over together. Right. But, you know, the family that we stay with, Sade Masar, one of the Pichon family, and they stay out in the Kate.
Wow.
They have an extended family at their Koti. Yeah, and I mean, this is our first experience. We went over in the summer this year.
Oh, okay.
And you know, when the Bijli goes, it's pitch black at night, and the Bijli goes, and everyone's, you know, there's 20, 25, 30 people sitting there.
Yeah.
And pitch black, and this.
Idhar daddua,
idhar you feel like so much. My only expression would be shanti.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing. You're not connected to anything there. There's no light. There's no electricity. There's no pakke. There's nothing. There's not even. No one's even speaking in the dark. You know, darja bhi lagda, but there's a special shanti.
Yeah.
A real kind of.
But ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਬਿਜਲੀ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਚੰਦ ਦੀ ਚਾਂਦਨੀ.
Yeah.
And your eyes just adjust and you know you can hear the small tetani, like you say the daddu, the babiha. You know, you can hear so much things. And I think, you know, it is so nice. And I always say this, कि गुरदास मान जी दे गीत है कि मुड़ जा बीबा अपने घरां नु. You know, दरबार सरहंद ती तू लाजमी दिखाई वे. You know, those kind of things, people जेडे अपने बच्चे नु शायद नहीं लेके जांदे, you know, Pakistan, Punjab, जिथे wherever you are. And I think they're taking a lot away from the children.
It's a connection to our culture. Yeah. You know, I mean, we didn't go back to India for or we didn't go to India even in the first place till like we were in our late teens.
Wow.
But because Sade Ghar which we have our grandmother, you know, and our mom and dad are of quite traditional kind of nature, and we have the extended family around us. We've always felt, okay, you know, we have our own little Punjab in Glasgow, in Scotland. So we've never really felt that, you know, disconnection.
Yeah. And isn't it wonderful? The hustle and bustle of Punjab is so organised. Like even round the roundabout.
It's organised confusion.
It is, isn't it? Because I feel safe driving in Punjab than I do in England. Because utte waheguru da naam leke, you know, ja aa gaya, ja chale gaya. It's quite nice, isn't it? What about golgappe? Because I love the golgappe in Punjab. Not the suji wale, jehde atte wale hunde.
ਉਹ ਤਾਂ danger ਕੰਮ ਹੈ ਯਾਰ.
ਰੇੜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਭਾਈ ਦੇ ਹੱਥ ਤੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਹੀ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ. Just the whole
I didn't look.
Dude, it's bacteria. It's good for you, you know. Okay, let's just go back to your album, which is released today. Absolutely huge album, big album. The name of the album, I'll let you. Mystic Martyrs, Mystics and Maharajas, or is the other way around?
Mystics, Martyrs and Maharajas.
Maharajas.
The idea for the album, I mean, the album name. Usually we pick the title once we've done the whole body of work. And this time around we couldn't really think of what title to keep.
Okay.
And the one line that stuck in our minds from the whole body of work that was on the album was when Kanwar says, my forefathers were mystics, my forefathers were martyrs and maharajas. Okay, that martyrs and maharajas thing just stuck with us.
Right.
And every song we were looking at, ke bhame hobe maan duabe da, ja hobe, you know, son of a sardar, even Maya. There's the ending line of Maya is it's like a dedication to God. Ke tere pyar ch assi gaune hain, you know. So really, you know, we try to build the concept around those two things.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we listen to a lot of Katha Kirtan. Te santan di Katha chaunda ke ਜਿਉਂਦੇ ਜਗ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਦਾਤਾ ਤੇ ਭਗਤ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਗਸਾਈ ਤੁਲਸੀਦਾਸ दी लाइन है कि जननी जने तो भगत जन के दाता के सूर नहीं तो जननी बाज रहे काय गवावे नूर. So we use that concept of, you know, the mystics, martyrs and maharajas. कि तीन चीज़ां are so prominent in Punjab when you go visit there, and through our culture and through जिहड़ी सिक्ख्या सानू मिलदी है from our culture कि, you know, the saints and the martyrs and the maharajas.
Yeah.
Those three aspects of Punjabi pride need to be alive in our music.
Okay. I mean, from the music, I mean, you've explained the album a little bit as well, but The Son of a Sardar, I think that's probably the only track that really kind of relates to the title of the
we have a rap song by Shizio called Maharaja.
Okay.
It has
an element of it.
An element of that pride.
Yeah. And Son of a Sardar, again, you know, I've blasted it out on the radio as well, just for the hell of it, you know, because I wanted to as well, because I want to show people and show a young generation and to, you know, everybody who's not Punjabi as well, to see, you know, what we are about. You know, we might be a warrior religion, but we are a peaceful religion. I think that's most important as well.
I mean, we on another interview, we were asked the question that you used the word martyr quite prominently. Don't you think that it's a
word that relates to terrorism
to terrorism? And I mean, our belief is that a martyr is someone who gives their life or their focus in life is what they believe in
for a cause.
Yeah. So that could be someone that gives their life for their loved one, or someone that gives their life for a bigger cause.
Yeah. So Shaheed is the Punjabi.
You know, कि गुरदास मान होना दी फिल्म भी सीगी कि शहीद मोहब्बत कि कई लोग इश्क च भी शहीद हो जाते हैं. So you know, these concepts are not just related to politics.
Yeah.
It's about life in general.
Yeah. I mean, I've just finished reading Shaheed-e-Azam Sardar Bhagat Singh. It's a Punjabi great book, and obviously Bhagat Singh talks about that. He said, I'm not just fighting for the Sikhs. You know, he goes, mera pyar azadi de naal hai, te maut meri voti hai. And I think that's, you know, you can learn so much from people like those. I mean, there's obviously Gunjan's on there, and I was going to talk to you about Gunjan. You know, how did you you know, every time we do a survey somewhere, Gunjan always comes out the best looking Punjabi female, but Miss Pooja might kind of, you know, take over. I mean, tell us about Gunjan. Go on, sorry, elaborate on that. Raju got a big smile on his face, but you are a married man now.
I mean, to be honest, with Gunjan, it's all about her voice, you know. Whether you see her face or not, you know, as soon as you hear her voice, you know that it's Gunjan and it's pleasing, you know. There's nothing bad about her voice. Odi sorni kade idhar udhar jandi, and she's very, very creative with how she sings a piece. It's like kei bande hunde a that will come in the studio and you give them material to sing and they'll siddhi tarah jiha ga ke, you know, that's it, you know, 5 minutes kaam karke, let's go. With Gunjan, it's like she likes to take her time. She likes to make sure the song is being sung in a way that expresses the emotion in the song properly. She writes her own material as well, which is something that a lot of people probably don't know about. I mean, Gunjan has been known for a long time as somebody who sang Lata Mangeshkar covers for Bali Sagoo, but she actually writes a lot of her own material, and her own written material is very good as well.
So she understands the art.
Yeah.
I mean, and like you said, she actually sings it and she puts a feeling and an experience into it. I mean, how do you feel about the scene of Bhangra today? I mean, what's happening today?
I mean,
because the market's really being fluctuated, isn't it?
I think our focus has really been on about working with artists that we really feel bring that passion, the same passion that Gunjan has or people see that we have through the album. And we like to collaborate with those types of artists, people like Gunward and Bikram, Blitzkrieg, you know, guys that are on the hustle, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of the time the scene is kind of revolving around certain artists that they feel are the next big thing.
Right.
So, you know, people will, you know, become producers and, you know, collect some songs from who they think is the biggest name at the time.
Right.
Just so that they can, you know, have an entry into the scene.
Yeah.
Rather than focusing on what our music is actually saying and what the musicality is.
Right. I mean, what lyrics are saying as well. I've been slapped for that, but yeah.
I mean,
so I'll stand and I'll deliver again. You know, pay attention to what the song is about and understand it. You know, if he's singing about a certain person, or you must learn to understand what it is. You can't just go around saying, yeah, here you go.
I mean, see, the thing is, a lot of the time, producers might not understand lyrics to the extent that they should, and will misinterpret what the song's about, and will produce music that doesn't match the actual emotion that's in the song.
Right.
I mean, music is about emotion.
Yeah.
That's why people even write songs in the first place, because they feel an emotion.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's like nobody really seems to have their heart in it. You know, that's the one thing that I feel every time I hear an album these days. It's like it's really sort of half-hearted attempts at trying to be famous, and it's not like a full effort. Okay, I want to put out an album that really speaks volumes about who I am as a person and as a producer, and what my capabilities are in terms of production. It's just like, okay, you know, आजकल काके दे गाने चलदे आ, लैम्बर दे चलदे आ, मिस पूजे दे चलदे आ, निर्मल सिद्धू ले लो, आप 4-5 आर्टिस्ट तो वोकल ले लो जिन्ने ले हुंदे आ, and you know, let's go to फलाने दा स्टूडियो, ਉਹਨੂੰ 10,000 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹਨੂੰ 10,000 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਦੇ ਦੇਣੇ ਆ, ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਡਿਲੀਵਰ ਐਲਬਮ ਟੂ ਅਸ, ਐਂਡ ਆਪਣੀ ਸ਼ਕਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੀਡੀ ਤੇ ਲਾ ਦੇਣੀ ਆ, 2-3 ਵੀਡੀਓਆਂ ਕਰ ਲੈਣੀਆਂ, ਬਸ ਸਾਡੀ ਤਾਂ ਵਾਹ ਬਈ ਵਾਹ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀ ਆ। ਜਿਹਨੇ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਐਲਬਮ ਬਣਾਈ ਆ, ਉਹਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਕਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ। No, and it's like this is the thing that goes on in this industry.
But then if they come and sit in that seat,
then they'll talk as if, yeah, you know, we did a lot of work, we went to the studio every day.
So
what wrong did you produce that?
Na sor da pata na taal da pata hona. Nothing.
ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੋ ਕਿ you know ਮਿਰਜੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਮਾਤਰੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ, you know, ਜਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੋ ਕਿ you know ਸ਼ਿਵਰੰਜਨੀ ਚ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸੁਰਾਂ ਲੱਗਦੀਆਂ, you know, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ। This is the problem within the industry. It's like everybody wants to be on TV, everybody wants to be famous, everybody wants kudiyan to go pagal over them, you know, but nobody wants to actually think that, wait a minute, maybe what we are doing is detrimental to the actual scene in general.
I mean, we should look at it in the recent years. Why has the music from Punjab been so popular? And the reason for it is the fact that the music made in this country has gone downhill. There was a point in time where the UK was the strongest in Punjabi, even in Punjabi music, you know, and India was looking at us. And now the sad situation is that we have to look at what India is doing and to even think of what type of material is going to work. Because at least the musicians that are sitting in India, at least they're making their music from experience. What they understand, what they believe, what their training is what they put out. At least a handful of them. The most prominent ones. The most prominent artists in the recent years are just sitting quiet. And you know, these little,
what do you think,
these little kids are running around.
You think the credit crunch will slow them down, the little kids, because daddy might not have enough money to...
Maybe.
No, but I mean, put it this way, it's not even just producers. There's actually a lot of vocalists out there that gona ta auna nahi, par shauq ta hega hai. So, you know, they'll sell their car, or they'll put their house up, remortgage their house, and take out huge loans so that they can go to India. You know, okay, Pooja to main Pooja na duet karauni hai.
I was going to say that because a lot of people, you know, done duets with Pooja in that way as well.
This is how it goes on. Guys don't even have to be able to sing or know anything about Surtal. As long as you can go to a studio and pay somebody to record a song for you, you know, you can have an album tomorrow. Paisa makes everything happen. You know, these are the kind of things that are making our music take the wrong direction, because somebody who doesn't have any kind of rag vidya and doesn't know anything about ke sor kidda laida hai, ja taal kehdi hundi hai, ke sam kithe auna hai, you know, antre te sathai da fark da pata hi nahi. And you know, when people like that take over, that's when music takes a dive, you know, because then the subject matter changes and becomes very...
जो मर्जी अपने आप को कहा लो, पामे DJ कहा लो, पामे कह लो कि मैं producer हूँ, जब मैं आया, it's not going to make any difference. Whether the fact of the matter is, if you've not had any contribution in the actual making of the music, of the making of the lyrics, of the composition of the whole
song,
then how can you call yourself a musician?
And how can you sit and defend that song, or maybe understand that song, or, like you say, promote that song in an emotional way as well? I mean, you know, that's great to have that, and I'm glad that, you know, you are speaking out about this, because you are the people who've been there, who know your music, you know, who've learnt the art of music as well. And do we need more people like yourselves to speak out and say, look, man,
it's not even about speaking out. It's not about speaking. It's about people listening. Put it this way. I'm sure that when people put out an album and it doesn't sell, listen to those people. You know, you artists that aren't selling and are making this rubbish music, listen to the people that are around you that are actually going to tell you the truth. Shoppa wale aren't going to lie to you. They're going to tell you straight up that your album bikini, you know, and speak to people in India and find out your tape how what people actually think of you, you know. If you look at what songs are killing it here and then ask people in India, what do they think about Miss Pooja's duet with Falana person, they'll be like, Eta low class music here. Eta si suni nahi. People with class in India don't really listen to things like that. Eta tractor rukrante chalde, but this isn't the be all and end all of Punjabi music. Punjabi folk music came from people like Surinder Kaur, Asa Singh Mastana, and Horn. You know, we had Lal Chal Yamla Jat, and think about what they sang about, and think about the emotion that was in those lyrics and the way they sang those songs, and think about the fact that eta pinda ch baith ke idda de gaane gai jande sige, you know, that have lasted so long and will last for a long time, you know, and think about where we are now. You know, think about where the music
songs
is
that
now.
are being made right now last for another 5, 6
But do they really
generations.
care? I mean, you know, we're going to go to a break, but do people really care about how long they last?
They should
long as
care.
they get one hit song and get some DJ bookings, really. But Raj, I'm feeling the heat, man, and I'm glad that you know, heated up, and you know, that's so nice. But we're just going to take a short break, and we'll be back after this talking to Tigerstyle.